Our heroes teleport to the small fishing village of Room because it is time to fulfill an oath and to bring back someone they should not have killed. Arriving in town, they discover that it is under attack by orcs, and not just any orcs, but a raiding party from the Fell clan. The newest member of their party is Aestus Fellblade, who himself was once a slave to that very clan. The party are skilled enough in combat to handily deal with these raiders. Interrogating the survivors, they are able to learn that the location of the main body of the clan is a few days' travel to the east. They also discover that the new clan chieftain is Ungro Fellblade, Aestus's former master. You see, Aestus was kidnapped at such a young age that he doesn't even remember his family. A small, treasured wooden rhinoceros, his only link to his now-forgotten home. In the Fell clan, slaves are not to be killed, but they did usually die from abuse and mistreatment. When the young child, now known as Smoragig, would not succumb to Ungro's abuse, Ungro sold him into Darkcrest, a city ruled by vampires, where the boy grew to be a man in the gladiator pits and came to be known as Aestus Fellblade, taking his very name from the orc who enslaved him. So Aestus has personal business with Ungro. Arriving at the main body of the clan, there is much discussion among the party about how they should proceed. Should they disguise themselves and sneak in? Do they want to assassinate Ungro? Should Orinsland, the elven rogues, scout the situation out? Do they think themselves able to fight off the entire clan if it comes to that? Or will they be able to escape if things go really south? In the end, the party says they will back up whatever Aestus decides, and he thinks the direct approach is the best one. I don't know exactly how this will play out, but since Ungro is the chieftain, I will weaken the entire clan merely by showing up. I will weaken them even more by killing him. I was supposed to die as his slave to pay my debt to the clan. He sold me off because he was embarrassed I hadn't died from his abuse. It is time for him to pay his debt to me. Aestus marches right into camp as the sun rises behind him, brandishing his weapons and yelling for all and sundry to hear, "I am Smoragig! I survived Ungro Fellblade, and I have returned! Take me to him, that I may challenge him!" Hello, my name is Carl, and I'm the Dungeon Master for the Salvation of Genoa. We're a very weird D&D experiment. Think of it as a written live play. I write the campaign like a traditional novel, but then pause at appropriate points to ask for player input, dice rolls, things like that. You can see here the basic format that our campaign takes. So what we've created is not quite lit RPG, it's not quite play-by-post, it's not quite collaborative writing, it's not quite a standard fantasy novel, and it's not quite choose-your-own-adventure, but it's kind of a weird cousin to all of them. The asynchronous nature of the campaign means we never have to worry about scheduling problems, so we've been going since 2011. If you'd like to read the story we've created together, we've started releasing it on RoyalRoad for free. There are additional benefits available through our Patreon, links in the description down below. A few months ago, we had a key character moment for one of the players that didn't quite seem to fit our typical style of back and forth over some form of text. So we decided to play this moment out over Zoom, and I recorded it so I could have it as a record to make sure I remembered everything correctly and could integrate it appropriately into our written campaign. It was only later that I realized we had something that might be of use to others, that people might be interested in watching and learning from, so that's what this video is. A one-on-one D&D session that is a single combat between one player and one NPC. If you'd like to just skip to that, there's a timestamp in the description. But just so you're aware of the relevant points of plot and understand the moment we're trying to craft for this character, let me give you some additional background. This player, Bryant, joined the campaign only a few years ago at the point where we switched from 3.5 edition rules to 5th edition rules. He and I did sort of a mini-campaign to get him introduced to the group, who at the time were in the vampire city of Darkcrest, where Aestus was serving a minor vampire house as a gladiator, trained in the art of combat by a Mahai, and learning the legends and tales of that race. The Mahai are a humanoid antelope race we created for this campaign. Here's a picture of Casca, our Mahai cleric PC. The players had earned the trust of one of the major vampire covens who are allied with the big bads of our campaign, and had ended up playing the two of them and another vampire coven all against each other, letting them largely wipe each other out and then killing the weakened survivors. So we decided that Aestus had seen the players kill the leader of one of these covens, in a moment where the Mahai cleric PC cast a glamour on himself, to appear as one of the legendary figures of the Mahai race. Aestus saw this and said, basically, "Oh, that is Taru Onehorn. I'm going to go follow him." A mysterious voice came into his head, promising to lead him where he wished to go. The entire mini-campaign itself that brought him to join the party is sort of an example of a one-on-one campaign itself, so there's a link to that in the description as well. I gave you the setup in the introduction. Aestus walks right into the camp of the Fell clan to challenge their chieftain. The slaves of this clan see this hero marching in, full of bluster and bravado, and a glimmer of hope comes to all of them. Some reach out to touch him as he arrives at Ungro's tent in the center of camp. Wielding the jagged great axe known as Orphan's Howl, Ungro accepts his challenge, and what you will now see is Bryant and I playing the combat out. We had to come up with rules to make one-on-one fighting more interesting, and I asked questions on Reddit and Facebook and other places, and found some resources and crowdsourced some thoughts. I did find one DM's Guild product that had a few good ideas, also linked in the video description. In the end, I made Ungro a level 8 fighter with the Battlemaster subclass. That fit pretty well because Aestus at this point in the campaign is a level 11 fighter with the Battlemaster subclass, and had also just taken his second level in Paladin. So basically, they just get to use their Battlemaster maneuvers against each other through the entire combat. And that really lent itself to the nature of this fight, this duel between Ungro Fellblade, the Orc chieftain, and Aestus Fellblade, his former slave. So I hope this is of use for those maybe looking to find an example of one-on-one D&D and of how to do single combat in D&D. Brian had just moved and didn't have his camera working, so you just get to stare at my face while you listen to the audio. I'm sorry there's nothing more interesting to look at. I do occasionally interject clips from movies and TV shows that we reference and steal from. After all,
I think as writers and artists, we're only as good as the obscurity of the references we steal from. Steal from stuff that's too obvious that everyone knows and thinks you're derivative. Steal from stuff no one's ever heard of and you're a genius. So I stole the red gold from the Belgariad, and I stole the plotline of the necromancer buying bodies from the Black Company.
So what we've done here is not quite the same as stealing plot lines, but we were definitely trying to rhyme with some iconic moments from different stories that we've enjoyed. So I hope you enjoyed this duel between Aestus Fellblade and his namesake, the cruel Ungro Fellblade, the chieftain of the Fell clan of orcs. 2 Fellblades enter, and they both know the rules of one-on-one fantasy combat.
There can be only one.
Got my dice here.
All right, let's roll initiative then for round 1.
Oh. Fall off the table here. All right. 11 plus. Oh, recorded by the host. Okay, recorded. Plus 2. So I got a 13 initiative.
All right, I got a 17, so Ungro gets to go first.
It actually seems pretty fitting given that he's charging at me.
Yeah, well, you know, it's all good. So he hefts his great axe up. It's got all the spikes and the jagged edges, and he just runs right straight at you, and there's nothing really to do, but he's gonna hit you with Orphan's Howl.
A great axe. I don't think I've ever experienced a great axe in combat before. This is
not like this one, you haven't. So, all right. Your armor class is cheapers. It's 23. All right. Well, let's see how this guy does. Nope. That's a 13 to hit. And his second strike will be a 20 to hit, which still doesn't hit.
I would, because he missed, I'd like to use my repost.
Okay. You can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, let's see. When he misses with an attack, I may use my reaction, expend 1 superiority die to make a melee weapon attack. Okay.
All right. Do it.
Now, trying to think here. If he's coming at me, so axe in my right hand, hammer in my left. Deflect the attack. I don't, know fencing or sword fighting at all.
Sure.
But if I repost, whatever, however you say that. Repost.
Yeah.
I mean, could that be considered? I deflect with my hammer and then go ahead and swing my axe in.
Sure. I mean, we can flavor it that way.
Awesome. All right. Okay, so melee weapon attack. Let's get my axe info here. been so long that I forget the bonuses here. Okay, plus 10 to hit.
Gosh.
And I rolled a 4, so that's a 14.
That actually hits him.
No kidding. Oh,
Yep.
dude.
He's wearing leather armor, and yeah.
Oh, geez. 1d8 plus 5. What's the 1d10? That's if I'm using both hands to swing it, I think.
Yeah, just the lower one.
1d8. That's an 8 plus 5. But then I also add the superiority dice to this roll. And let me roll that. So that was 8 plus 5 was 13 plus 3 is 16.
He did 16 damage.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. That's I forgot about the flaming. That's another 1d6. Sorry. One fire damage.
All right, so 17 total. All right.
Hang on a sec. What is this white flaming? It says plus 2d6. Oh, it's plus 2d6. While flaming. Have I been not rolling?
Yeah, flame tongue is 2d6, I'm pretty sure.
Another 4. Another 4 fire damage.
All right. Well. So, and this is with your axe,
Yes.
right? And so he swings twice at you. One of the attacks, you just step aside. The other one kind of grates off against you. But as that happens, you're able to use your hammer to kind of move it aside with a parry and swing your axe right up into his face. And it hits him like right sort of here along his chest and up a little bit and clips his chin even a little bit. And blood just goes spraying off into the night. You see a couple people kind of on the side. They're about 20, 30 feet away, but a couple of them get some drops on them. And there is a cheer from all of the slaves and the other people.
Yeah.
So there you go. And with that, I'm going to. Oh shoot! I didn't use my bonus action. Well, I'll do that next time. He was being cocky and he went for you the first time. So all right, there you go.
Okay.
And it means it is now your turn.
All right. How? What's in 5e? Is there a good way to gauge, like how many hit points a guy has left?
Isn't there a thing you have where you can like?
Yeah.
If you're close to them, know your enemy.
Yeah, it's if
you spend 1 minute observing, interacting with them.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll say that you could have done this in your chatting and taunting, whatever else. So you can learn.
Yeah, it does say current HP.
Yeah, this would have been like at the beginning of the fight.
Yep.
Starting at 7th level, you spend at least 1 minute observing. Compared to your own. Oh, in regard to 2 of the following characteristics of your choice. So strength, armor, hit points, constitution. You get to pick 2 of those. And I'll tell you, class levels, fighter class levels. You get to pick 2 of those. And I will tell you whether you feel you are superior or inferior to him.
Okay. I would like to know HP and total class levels.
He has 8 total class levels, and his HP is 76.
Now, was that when we started?
That was when you started.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool.
You have not done well in one-on-one combats before.
It's true.
That one chick beat you in wrestling, and then the paladin woman, she kicked your butt. You gave her a good run for your money, and she kind of cheated because she used, was that haste or whatever?
Haste. Yeah, she used haste on me.
roll on herself to use on you. So I would imagine, I mean, it's your character, but you kind of went into this going like, man, this hasn't gone well for me the last couple times. I hope this works out. But as you look at this dude who's just wearing leather, he's got this wicked looking axe, but you do not feel as concerned about this guy, maybe.
Okay.
Anyway, but it is now your turn.
I'm gonna hang on. Does it require a bonus action to use the trip attack? Let's take a look. I don't think so. Yeah, just a superiority die. Now, since I have taken Paladin, I think I forwent. So I get 3 attacks on my turn. I do have an extra attack, but I don't have 4 attacks. I skipped that when I leveled up in Paladin.
Yeah.
So I will 3 attacks.
You think about that. I need to sneak into my son's room apparently and get some medicine out because Susan always fails her stealth rolls. So I will be right back.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem at all.
So your turn, right?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. First attack
Okay.
out of the 3. And let me just pull the guy get some plus 10 bonus. It's an 11, so that's a 21.
That hits.
And I want to use a menacing attack, superiority die
Okay.
on him. So if, let's see, because it hit, I spend the die. He's got to do a DC 18 wisdom saving throw. If he fails, he is frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
Okay. What do I have to roll?
DC 18.
18. He fails. So he is now frightened of you.
Fun. Okay, 8 plus 6, that's 14. 14 damage.
Okay.
Next attack is a nat 20.
This with your
This is with an axe.
with your axe? Okay.
Yeah.
So you tripped him with your
Yeah, this is this is gonna be the tripping attack.
yeah. Sorry, you used did you use your Warhammer for the first one, or is this 2 flame tongues?
They're all flame tongues. The hammer requires a bonus action.
Does it?
Yeah. As far as I know.
I always assume you were doing like 1, 2, 3.
That's how I would like to do it. But it's always been always all main. The only time you get an offhand attack is if you use your bonus action to get 1 offhand attack. You could, of course, verify that for me, though.
Huh.
That's how I've been doing it this entire time.
You've just been holding your Warhammer, just like whack, 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 whack.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So all the attacks.
With a light melee weapon you're holding. Are these both light weapons?
No, they are not. But I have that feat that allows me to take a regular weapon in my offhand.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're doing it right. Yeah, you're right. But for the sake of flavor,
Yeah.
I'll say you're just hammering away with both of them because that's kind of mechanically it's what the game says, but narratively, just like
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But it's the hammer also makes a lot more sense in my mind to like sweep it at their legs and trip them. So
Right.
on doing a tripping attack, so should I go ahead and roll damage as if I was attacking with the axe or with the hammer?
As if you're attacking with the axe.
Okay. But what flavor wise, narratively, we'll say
Yeah, you're just windmilling away at him,
Okay.
so to speak.
All right. Now remind me how a crit works in 5e.
You get to double all of your dice. So,
Including the fire?
yes.
Okay, but not the superiority,
No, not that one.
but the weapon and the fire. Okay, here we go. Oh, geez. That is a hefty roll. Okay, it's a superiority die. That's a 6. We'll put that one aside. 8 plus 3, that's 11. Plus 6, that's 17. Plus 7 plus 2 plus 9. 17 plus 9. So 26 damage. And then
Sorry, how much?
26.
Gosh.
And he gets a save for the trip. Let me DC 18 strength save.
All right. This he actually has a fair chance of, although wait a minute. Just make sure I'm doing frightened right. Ability checks. Yes, so not saving throws. So strength, you said?
Yes, strength.
19 total.
Oh, you got it.
All right. So you attempt to trip him, but it does not work.
Okay. Then last attack here with the axe again. And I'm debating if I want to use the bonus action attack or not. Because I think I want to be cocky too. and taunt him. Is there an unarmed attack mechanic?
An unarmed attack?
Sorry. I meant non-lethal attack mechanic.
So in 5e, you just tell me you're trying to non-lethally attack him, and I just take that into account. Although the way it is like as you're delivering the killing blow, you can decide to knock him out instead.
Okay.
So there isn't really, like in 3rd edition, there was a really robust system around non-lethal damage.
Yep, there sure is.
And there is not in this edition. You can just say, I'm fighting to incapacitate, not kill.
Okay.
But that's as you deliver the killing blow.
Well, I estimate he's getting pretty low in health. And I still want to crack his skull like he cracked mine.
Okay.
Before I kill him.
All right.
So how about I forego my 3rd attack with the axe and use my bonus action to whack him in the back of the head with the hammer?
Sure.
Okay, as a bonus action. All right. Oh, natural 1.
So you try to crack him over the head, but it does not work.
Okay.
Do you say something to him before you try to whack him on the head?
No, I was gonna say something to him after I did it. Just like now yeah.
All right.
So I know I said I'd forgo my 3rd attack, but so I get that crack, but could I take that 3rd attack now and see if I can get that crack?
I'm gonna say no. You were trying to be cocky about it, and it didn't work. So I thought I had.
Well, actually, that's perfectly said.
Yeah, you were trying to be cocky, and it didn't.
I was, and it didn't play out. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I thought I could do something if you missed me. Maybe I was reading your sheet.
Superiority.
Oh, yep. I don't have a riposte. You do.
Oh.
So that's why I was reading that. All right. Let's roll initiative again.
Oh, really?
Yep, we roll each round.
Okay.
Like that's part of the conceit of doing a duel.
Okay, cool. Got an 18.
That's a good roll. What's the initiative? Oh, just +1. Oh, we tied. What's your dexterity?
My dex is 2 or 14 plus 2 bonus.
Oh, you beat me.
Oh yeah.
I have just a +1. It's a 13.
Beats
so you
by
get
1.
to go first.
Okay. This time I will lead with the bonus action, smacking him with the hammer. Try to do, try to do that again.
All right.
Okay, roll a 17 plus 12. That's
Yeah. Okay.
29 to hit.
High math.
Yeah. And then, so I'm not going to spend any superiority dice on this one. I'm just going to roll the 1d8 plus 7. Got a 2 plus 7. 9 damage.
9. Okay.
But the goal is, cracking his skull like he cracked mine.
Yep. Remember, he's afraid of you, so he cannot move towards you.
Okay.
If you were to move out of his range, he cannot come closer to you. You could taunt him. How long does it say he's frightened for?
Till the end of this round, till the end of my next turn.
Oh, okay.
But I do like that idea.
Yeah. So you would have had to have stepped away last time for my thought to work.
What was your thought?
Well, so my thought would be for you to like back away from him, and then make it obvious that like he would not pursue you because he can't, because he's scared of you. In front of the entire clan, you're like, come on, man, what are you doing? Come and get me. And he doesn't get you. But
I was thinking something similar too. I was hoping to be able to trip him, right, and hold my axe to his throat while he was fearful. But since that didn't work out, I decided I'd go with a smack in the head. But
well, you smacked him in the head. It's all good.
But I want to throw a taunt at him now.
Okay.
And I might actually forego the rest of my attacks for this. I'm afraid just one more attack is going to kill him. I want to shame him before he dies. What can I say? Now that so I showed him my scar. He's got one now.
Because you showed him the scar on your face.
Yep.
And you gave him. He's got a scar on his chin now. It's not quite identical to yours. You're not as good at finessing as Inigo Montoya is.
I love my father. So naturally, I challenged his murderer to a duel. I failed. The six-fingered man lived me alive. But he gave me this.
You must be that little Spanish brat I taught a lesson to all those years ago.
Hello! My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die! Now!
Offer me money.
Yes.
Power to promise me that.
All that I have and more. Please.
Yeah.
No.
You
I'm more of a
you should
brute
say
force.
that though, like I'm giving you the same scars you gave me. Something like, I don't know.
Exactly. But something a little bit more poignant. Okay, so he cracked me on the back of the skull, left a nice scar on the back of my head up to my ear. I now gave him a big old crack to the back of the skull. I'll take a step back because he did say, "You're not worthy of the name Fellblade." I don't know if this fits, but how about I say something like, "What's my name?" As I don't know. Hoping I would stand over him, but
Yeah.
I'll stare him down, cracked him on the skull.
I like that. Say my name? I feel like there's a movie I should be referencing right now.
I know.
Oh, it's Breaking. I haven't seen it, but it's a scene from Breaking Bad. Like I've seen it on YouTube or whatever.
Okay.
Right.
All right. That's not what I was thinking about, but I do feel like there's something on the tip of my tongue here that I'm trying to quote. But it's basically I'm trying to give him the same humiliation that he gave me. I scared him. He was frightened of me for a little bit. Let him take a step back. Let him regroup himself to overcome that fear. And now I smack him in the head. But I'm belittling him like he did me. I'm shaming him. I'm humiliating him.
Sure. Yeah, there's a scene in Breaking Bad where he says, "Say my name," Yeah.
That's funny. What is it, like
Here, you can listen.
Heisenberg or something?
Yeah.
Say my name.
Yeah. And what if I, on top of that,
Now. Say my name. Heisenberg. You're goddamn right.
yeah,
Right.
but I will call him Smoragig now.
Oh, I like that.
Say my name, Smoragig.
All right. I like it.
Cool.
All right. It is his turn. He's going to use a bonus action to use a second wind.
Ah,
He needs some hit points.
good call.
Oh, that's your character sheet. All right. And then I should use my bonus action last turn, but I was being cocky. I was playing it that way. So for action surge, that means he gets to like use all of his attacks twice. Like if you do action surge, you get like 6 attacks, right?
I see. I think so. I get 3 attacks in my attack action, which is 1 action. So I use
Right.
another action. Yeah.
Let me just look this up real quick.
Cool.
Make sure that I'm doing it right. Because I remember when you went to that dragon, I was
Yeah.
like, "Holy cow! What are you doing to my poor dragon?"
What's he doing to me?
That fight was so fun. The part where he kept smacking Sanjin down, and Sanjin with his sarcasm kept getting. It was like, "You can't even kill me properly." It's like, "You fool!"
As a player, though, I felt bad for David. It's like, dude, you can't get anything in.
Yeah, it's true.
But that was a riot. That was a fun fight.
Yeah, says another action. So he's going to action surge
Sweet.
and just he just comes at you like an
Come at me, bro.
absolute whirlwind with the axe though. So he's like slicing. It's almost like he's, I don't know, freaking Darth Maul with the way he's able to, you know.
Sure.
He is very skilled at using this thing as he is slashing and spinning and getting lots of hits in. There's good stuff here. So he gets 4 attacks against you.
Okay.
Since he hasn't hit you yet, whatever.
Whatever he says.
It is what it is. All right, first 2 attacks. An 18, that'll hit, and a 7, that will not.
18 plus the bonus, right?
Plus the bonus. Yeah.
Okay.
And I also get another hit on the other one.
Okay. 2 hits.
Because your armor class is 22?
23.
23. Okay. Yeah. It's still high math with the other one. I got an 18 and a 19. Almost 20, but whatever.
I
Okay.
gotta go grab a tissue real quick. Sorry.
Sure. I will be rolling some dice while you're doing your thing. Where's my D12?
We're getting lots of the smoke from California. I'm talking about the California Exodus. We're getting all kinds of crap from California.
Oh man, yeah.
So we're getting their wildfire smoke, and it just makes me super congested. So
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
worst.
it's okay. I'm living with it. It's going away soon. The wind and the rain are picking up a little bit.
Oh, good. Because yeah, they're like their whole state's burning down.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he does 20 slashing damage to you overall, but in addition, one of the effects of this unique battle axe
Ooh.
is that if you take 10 points of damage in a single blow, the curved spikes on the blade tear into your flesh and you
Oh.
begin bleeding.
Oh.
So at the end of your, or sorry, at the beginning of your next turn, you take 1d6 slashing damage, and you will keep doing that until, anyway, for a while.
Okay.
So he comes swinging at you, and it actually bites through and into your armor, and you can feel him like pull it down and away from you a little bit. He got a good blow that first one in.
Ouch.
You can feel it like ripping and tearing. He hits you in the chest, kind of on the side, and your front immediately is just dripping with blood as he tears it out. And then manages to get it around a second time and clips you in the arm and pulls some in sort of a joint between your shoulder and your like your tricep bicep area, your upper arm. Managed to find a wedge in there and managed to hit you as well. And so you are bleeding, and you took 20 points of slashing damage. But that is his turn. What would he do now that he's hit you twice?
Is he not going to say my name?
No, he's not. Because he's hit you twice, and he holds the axe up. It's an attempt to intimidate you, so I'm actually going to roll an intimidation check. So there isn't really a way to do an opposed roll for intimidation.
Okay.
I'm just going to say like the higher we will decide how it works. Like if I roll a 1, it doesn't work. If I roll a 20, I'm like, what do you think happens to Aestus when he? So we'll just kind of roll it and play it by ear, right? Like we can figure this out together.
Okay, cool.
Well, he rolled a 3, so his total intimidation is a 6. So I assume that does nothing to you.
That's a total of 9.
Yeah. No, a total of 6. So.
Oh, it's a total of 6?
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
It just did nothing to you.
Okay.
So he holds it up and he says something like, you feel the blood seeping from your wounds, like all the orphans who have come before you. And it doesn't do anything to you. What you describe what it does, you can tell he was trying to intimidate you and it didn't work.
Okay. Well, this fool is evil, right?
You assume so. He has an axe named Orphan's Howl that he's telling you he's murdered kids with. So,
well, I'm gonna use my divine smite on my next turn here.
Awesome.
Right. Let's and in retaliation for that comment, right? The orphan. Well, we'll have to roll a initiative again.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So that's because I went second, so it's our initiative again. Yep, round 3. Ooh, a 20 total for me.
Oh dang, I'm not gonna beat that. Yeah, I got a 6.
All right, so he gets to go again, and he's going to use a fainting attack. Expend 1 superiority die and use a bonus action to add the total to the damage roll. All right, so I'm giving myself advantage on his first attack and using a superiority die.
Where's the advantage coming from? That's from the fainting attack?
A fainting attack, yeah.
Okay. So basically he's
So he like runs
thematically,
up
what's happening here?
And like tries to go for one side, but then darts to the side and swings from the other way. So you're a little off, just a little off balance for him.
Gotcha. That's the advantage. I get it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he gets a D8 if he hits. I get to add it. So we're gonna do this. He's going to get the advantage on you, and with nope, that's a 22. So that doesn't hit, unfortunately, almost. But he's going to expend another superiority die to move around you. He never moves out of your range, so you don't get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
But he will do an evasive footwork superiority die, so he is gaining some extra armor class this round.
Okay.
So that's good. So his armor class for the rest of this round is now 20.
Wow.
Oh, until I stop moving. He's just going to keep moving around you. So yeah, his AC is now 20.
Well, that's a little tougher to beat.
Yep, and he gets one more attack against you, and we'll just see if he. Nope, doesn't hit you. So.
All right.
So he's running around you in circles, swinging, and because he's doing that, it's making it hard for him to hit you, but you can tell it's going to be harder for you to hit him as well. So
Okay.
you got like a plus 12. So I'm not worried about you. All right, it is your turn. Roll a d6, and that's how much damage you take from the bleed effect from the Orphan's Howl.
Or do you want to roll it since the damage is coming from you?
Sure,
Yeah.
5. You take 5 damage.
Okay. I rolled a 6. I'll go with the 5.
Just 1 point, but whatever. It's all good. Yeah.
Okay, let me add that. So it's 5 damage here. I'm down to 105. Okay, it is my turn.
It is your turn.
Hopefully there's some blood trickling down the back of his skull.
You got him pretty good. Yeah, his eyes glazed over for just a moment, but he's pretty hardy guy.
Yeah.
Even though he's got like a lot more. I hope I made that obvious in the description of that he looks a lot older to you, but he's still like
leader of the orcs. Yeah.
There's a reason this guy is the chief.
Exactly.
Of the clan.
Exactly. All right.
Old, like the epic level barbarian. Like the barbarians who make it to epic level are all old grizzled Viking men with arms as thick as like boulders, and those you do not want to mess with. And so that's kind of what's going on here as well. All right.
Sweet. Well, let's go ahead and start the attack action.
It ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh, see, I look at all my actions here.
You've got a lot of. I was looking at your character sheet, and I'm like, how do you keep track of all this stuff?
It's hard, especially with the irregular nature of our gameplay.
Right.
It's a little hard to keep track of all of them.
Well, at least you have time to like think of it over the week or two.
Exactly.
Or months sometimes, because I'm not good about posting sometimes.
I got you beat there, I think. Okay. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just go full attack here. Starting with the axe.
All right.
I rolled a 6 plus 10. That's a 16. That will miss.
That will miss.
Attack number 2 with the axe, but maybe narratively with the hammer. That is a 13. That is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
I am going to spend another superiority die here, but what am I going to do? Can I see how much damage I deal first before expending this superiority die?
Which one are you thinking of using?
I am either disarm or menacing again, because like depending on what was I thinking here? If it's a high damage roll and I feel like he's going to be dying real soon, I'll disarm him and make him completely helpless while I finish him. Otherwise, I just want him to be scared of me again.
I'm gonna say no. You have to decide what you're doing before you have to decide as you're attacking. Like, what are you trying to do with this attack?
Okay, that makes sense too. Let's take a look. You know what? We'll menace again. Let's make him afraid.
Okay.
Okay, superiority die is expended. I got 1 left. This is with an axe. That's 16 plus another fire roll. Oop, off the table. 3. What did I say? 16? So 19 total.
All right. So
that includes the superiority die.
He is not down, but he is hanging on by a thread.
Okay. DC 18 wisdom save from him, please.
Oh, right. Nope, he's afraid of you again. Roll a 5.
Sweet.
Plus some numbers.
Trying to think if there's another way to play with him a little bit more, just to prolong his humiliation of his. Like, I want him to look in my eyes and feel.
You take the dodge action.
But can I though?
I guess not this. No, I guess not this round.
Because I've taken the attack action.
Right, but you don't have to finish the attack action.
Bonus actions.
Because he can't. So he can't move closer to you now because he's frightened.
Right.
You could walk away, and you have like the rest of this. I guess he went first anyway, but.
Well, it's still the end of my next turn.
Oh, yeah. So
if he goes first again,
he would not get closer to you.
Yeah.
And if you rolled first, you could do whatever you wanted to him. He would get an attack of opportunity as you moved away.
He would, right?
If I use my reaction this turn, I don't think I have.
Do you get a reaction if you use a bonus action?
Yeah, bonus action reactions are different. Oh, I should have parried.
I was going to add divine smite
Right.
I
Oh,
already
yeah.
said that. That's
Can I,
probably
can
gonna.
I say I parried that? And I forgot I had that reaction. It'll
Okay.
just reduce the damage by whatever I roll plus 1.
Okay.
Ooh, I rolled an 8 on a D8.
Nice.
So that means I get 9 of those hit points back.
Still looking pretty bad.
Yeah, he was hanging on by a thread. Now he's hanging on by a thread plus 9, which is a little more of a thread, but
Threat plus 9. Okay.
right.
You can expend 1 spell slot to deal 2d8 extra radiant damage to the target. Okay, here we go. How do I expend a spell slot here? Do I just? Yeah, there we go. That
Just
okay.
click a spell. Yeah, you've only got 2.
I only have 2 spells, but
And
that
they're
means I
both
can do this
bonus
twice.
actions.
Yeah, they are.
I don't think
Wait.
you're managing your spells right. Should you not have more than that? Maybe not.
Not that I know of. I think I only have 1 or 2 levels in Paladin.
You have 2 right now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So yeah, you spend a spell slot to Divine Smite. What is that?
Yeah, 2d8 radiant damage.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Come on, double 8s. That's a 1. That's a 3. So 4 radiant damage.
All right.
But I kind of want to add a little bit of I don't know, drama to that. Like I'm picturing myself kind of glowing a little bit as I make that swing.
Oh yeah, you're is this with your axe? I assume
Yeah.
the flames glow brighter and white as you smash into him, and the flames leap from your axe onto him like these extra white glowing flames and burn him a little bit.
Sweet.
As you, I mean, I don't know, you can flavor it how you want. That's how I picture it.
Okay. That's actually quite fitting for what I want to say to him, that all the orphans whose lives he's taken are howling for me to end him.
You know what? I'm gonna let you roll an intimidation for free because you're using the name Orphan's Howl against him.
Yeah, sweet.
Good. And we'll say if you get he's still frightened of you. So this might not do anything, but I'll give him like a -2 on his rolls if you get like a 15 or higher.
Okay. Now, the bonus is +6. That already includes the proficiency bonus, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to get a 9 or higher.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. So I like it, but it didn't work.
Okay. Well, I still have 1 more attack.
Oh, okay.
And a bonus action.
All right.
Okay. Is he still dancing around me?
Yeah, his armor class is still 20. It doesn't say when it ends.
Yeah, that's weird.
Let me look it up actually in the player's handbook.
Okay, I rolled an 18 to hit.
Hi, Math.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I was just saying hello to Math.
Oh.
Hi, Math. I
got it. Very clever. Until you stop moving, so it's interesting because in the way we've been playing that on a grid or something, like he would just move around you, but I'm kind of picturing him as just keep moving like round after round after round. But if we were playing it super strict by the rules, he moves his 6 squares and then stops.
Well, this is
up real quick online and see if anybody's.
Well, this is 5e is made so you can do your thing. Let's have him keep dancing. I mean, I'm gonna roll. I'm also gonna do Divine Smite again.
Oh yeah, there's an actual. Oh yep, Jeremy Crawford says only during your current movement.
Oh.
So it like we'll say it goes to the end of that round.
Okay, let's do that. I don't think it's going to matter anyway.
That doesn't make any sense that you would move and then gain this thing and then lose it just in time for the next guy's turn, right? Like it has to be at least a round. So he still has it. It's still 20.
Okay. But I rolled an 18 to hit.
So hit. So that hits.
Okay. So, and I'm also going to spend my last superiority die to disarm, spend my last spell slot for Divine Strike. The superiority is 9 plus 8, that's 17. 1 more fire. This 1, that's 18. And now 2d8 radiant. So 18 plus 6, 24. plus 4, 28.
28. Okay. Aestus, Fellblade, Hajar al-Shams, formerly the gladiator formerly known as Smorigig.
Yeah.
How would you like to describe the death of Ungro Fellblade?
Yeah. Are you doing a critical roll? How do you want to do this?
How do you want to do this? That's right.
How do you want to do that?
First of all, are you killing him or are you going to knock him out?
Oh, I'm killing him.
Okay.
Those
I
are
just had to ask.
Yep, the orphans are howling for his end.
That's right. They are.
Yep. I don't know, maybe thematically or with some flavor. My divine smite rolls were a lot better than the previous attack. So maybe we could have it growing the light or the flames encompassing him growing more powerful.
I like that.
And then, I don't know, if it's, I think I'd love to see him incinerate. What do
you certainly, what were your rolls? Like you got 28 total, but do you remember?
Yes. I got a 9 on the superiority die. I mean, he's probably, if he's dead, he doesn't need to do a disarm thing. He's going to drop his weapon anyways, but.
Yes, that is one of the side effects of being dead.
Yes. Okay, divine was a 4 and a 6. So that's 10. So the total is 28, so 18 minus 9 is 9. So what was my first D8? Because then I had, and then 2 fire. So the weapon itself did a total of 9 damage.
Okay, so he was dead from the weapon hit.
Okay.
So just that alone. So we'll say yes, like the weapon hits him and that's what kills him. But from there, your first overkill is the divine smite.
Sweet.
Which does the 15 or whatever damage to his corpse, basically. So I'm going to say it doesn't incinerate him, but it chars him and turns him into a skeleton.
Oh, that's great. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take that, Ungro.
That's right. Now, let me pull a YouTube video up for you really quick. Here, let me share my screen with you.
Chronicles of Riddick.
Have you seen this movie?
I have. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
I've seen it.
Second. What am I? Gotta share my sound too. So he's there trying to get his thing. And he has to decide who's going to kill him, Riddick or Vaca.
Oh. I do not remember that.
Now, what would be the odds of that?
I don't know what they had, what blackmail they had on Judi Dench to get her to appear in this movie.
For reals.
I thought you were dead.
Anyway, she dies. They all approach him. Oh no, here's what happens. He slumps back onto the throne.
Keep what you kill.
There you go. Although I have to say, actually, we didn't finish one thing.
Okay.
which was at the beginning of your turn. You took another
Oh yeah.
6 points of damage, and you are still bleeding out. So what are you going to do about this?
Okay. What can I do? Do I know how to stop bleeding? Oh, sorry.
You could roll a medicine check.
How much damage did I take?
Another 6.
Ouch. Okay.
I've been rolling high on that.
Yeah.
Like the one cool thing I gave, like one unique thing I gave this guy, and I've been rolling high, so I've been glad about that.
All right. Medicine. I got a +3. Okay.
It's something.
I got an 8, so I rolled 11 medicine.
11. You know that with a wound like this, you just gotta heal it up and staunch the bleeding as much as possible as quickly, and then your body will take care of itself.
Okay.
So, so either Costco could heal you. You can ask the orcs. All seem very shocked. You could probably get one of them. You have your lay on hands pool.
Oh yeah, we do. I will. That's a very fitting way to end this. The same divine powers that helped me end him are gonna help me overcome the damage he did.
You can pump 10 hit points into yourself, or anything between 1 and 10.
So
there's no reason to not use the 10. Like nobody looks like they're going to attack you.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I also have second wind. Is that would regain hit points, but is that going to staunch the bleeding? Like, is that some sort of magical effect, or how does?
It's not magic. It's just the shape of the blade, like the way the axe was created.
But lay on hands is magical.
Magic.
Okay, but
Yeah.
short or second wind is not. I just
No, second wind is kind of just like you. I don't know, like putting the cigarette out on your hand, like just
okay. Okay, pump myself up.
Right.
Head
At least
bang
that's how I
my
envisioned
buddies.
it.
Okay, actually, that's pretty good. You have a pool of healing power that can restore 10 hit points per long rest. Touch a creature or 5 HP to either cure a disease or neutralize a poison. Yeah, let's go full 10.
All right. So the trick with Orphan's Howl is the bleed effect can only be removed if it does 1d6 damage at the beginning of all your turns. You have to restore at least 6 points of healing through some means to stop the bleeding, which since you just pumped your 10 points in, you did. Okay. So describe to me how you heal, like what do you do to heal yourself? How would that go? And then what do you want to do now that you get to keep what you kill?
Okay.
Oh, shoot. I forgot. In round 3, I'll just go back and put this in the narrative. At one point, Casca was going to hold Kavanir up and yell, Hajar al-Shems need none but his arm to free the captive. And
sweet.
Trust that you would understand that's a reference to Taru.
Oh, heck yes.
And so I was going to give you advantage on like one of your attacks that round, but I forgot.
Oh, wait, we could retcon that I rolled like a 3 or something on one of the rolls.
Sure. Yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
It's all flavor text anyway. I mean, at some point, especially with something like this where we kind of played it out, but then I'm going to do the write up. So yeah. So I want from you what it looks like when you, because I think this is the first time you've ever used lay on hands, is it?
It is.
So what do you, how do you, your paladin magic that you're only now sort of coming into, beginning to understand fully, what does that feel like? What do you do? How do you heal yourself?
Okay, I'm picturing a sequence of events here. As I finish him off, right, my axe is embedded in, I don't know, through his shoulder, between his shoulder and his neck. You're cutting down into him.
So like right here?
Oh, hang on. Let me pull up the video again. I'm looking at my character sheet. Show me again.
So like right here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like embedded in him. And so I'm close, right? I'm staring him in his eye as he ignites. Yeah, and then ignites. And I will say something like, what will be cool to say as he dies? Like, this is one orphan that, well, I don't know. What do you think would be cool? Something like, reminding him that I'm like, this is, you kill a lot of orphans. This is one orphan. Like
the simplicity of you have now paid your debt to me.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't want to play your character, but that's, I love that you've made that part of the orc culture.
Yeah.
The orphans die. These slaves dying is paying their debt to the clan, and you turning that on its head. Was Ungro religious at all? I mean, orcs kind of are, sort of. They have like a Grumsh who's an evil, sort of chaotic god who
he would have been religious to the extent that orcs are, and he would have, I don't know, whatever gods they have, he would have, I mean, not been a zealot, but
sure,
you know, he would be familiar.
You having humiliated him and now him paying his debt to you, you are also sending him to Grumsh. So if you wanted to throw something of that nature in.
No, I like the paying the debt thing. That is a very poetic ending. You know, that's what I was building up to in the previous narrative, and you reminded me of that.
Yeah.
But something like this is like you are now paying your debt to an orphan. I don't know.
Or how about you? Let's see if I can combine it. Like, I send you to Grumsh to finish paying your debt to all the orphans who have howled for your blood lo these many years. I don't know, something like that.
Okay.
Maybe is that too verbose for Aestus?
It might be, but is it too many words? Is he going to die before he hears the end of the sentence?
No, so here's what I'm thinking. I think you like stab him in, and you know we'll give you the moment. Like this is a key character moment for your character. A character moment for your character. I apologize for my
double
being
use
from the Department of Redundancy department. So what did I say? Like, I send you to
Grumsh
to pay the debt you owe all the orphans who howl
for your blood.
Who have howled for your blood.
Yeah.
And then I think you should divine smite him and burn him away.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes. That's beautiful. Yeah. And then carrying that divine power that seems to be coursing through my hands, then I kind of notice now that my attention can be put elsewhere. He's out of my mind, he's out of my vision. I now see that, this gash in my body, wherever he struck me, what was in the shoulder or in the bicep, tricep area.
In your stomach, like.
Okay, then I'll grip my hand to it. I put my hand there, and well, then that is the process is intentional, not accidental.
The what is intentional?
The process of laying on hands, right? It's not like I suddenly put my hand there and all of a sudden I'm healed magically. It's like, oh, well, how'd that happen? No, this is a power that I am activating.
Right.
So
I like the idea that as you burn him away, like he drops down, maybe you release the axe and your hand is still has divine fire on it, which you then transition to healing magic.
That's what I was going for. For a moment there, where I was going with that was like, ouch, my stomach hurts. I put my hand there and all of a sudden I'm magically healed. But no, it's
more deliberate. It's
exactly. So,
and it has to be your next action. So it would be in the next round of combat. But
so while I have the divine power, shining from my hand or glowing my hand, I will take my hand and I will close the wounds.
Lay your hands on yourself.
Lay my hands on myself, yeah.
Okay. So what's your hit points now total? You pumped 10 into yourself.
Pumped 10 into myself. I am now at 109.
Okay.
Out of 130.
So 21 hit points. Okay. Well, he did something to you at least.
He did more than something. So he hit me for 20 slashing and then 11 bleeding. So 31. Yeah. I mean, the harder difficulty was him hitting me. But once he did, he took chunks out.
I should have made him a little. I should have tweaked him so he'd hit you more easily. But whatever, we did what we did. So what's the feature that allows you to dual wield?
2-weapon fighting. It is my fighting style.
No, but I mean, but what allows you to hold two heavy weapons?
Battle Master, martial archetype. I think that's what it is. Page 72 of the player handbook. Because
I wonder if we've been playing that wrong. which is fine. It wasn't like we're going to go back and retcon the last 4 codexes.
Oh, nope, that's had to have been a feat then, because it's not Battle Master. Battle Master gives me combat superiority. Had to have been a feat. Where are my feats?
I show you have dual wielder. Oh, you can use 2 weapon fighting. Even when the one-handed weapons you're wielding aren't light. And you can draw still 2-handed weapons when you normally be able to draw still only 1. So yeah, dual wielder.
Is that what it is?
It's one of your feats.
There it is.
Yeah.
At the very, very bottom of the page. Okay.
Or you can click on feats. And
well, that's what I did, but I saw to scroll down to the right there underneath features.
So yeah, no, you've been playing it straight. We're all good.
Okay.
Anyway, so describe to me now what you do now that you've killed him and healed yourself, and the entire orc clan is in shock and completely in awe of everything. Oh, and I forgot that you've been blessed this whole time. You should have been adding a D4 to everything, and you don't know why.
Ooh.
I mentioned that at one point, but then that was like 2 months ago.
I don't remember that, but I don't know why. That's cool. That's really cool.
You also have bless, which I will add Y in the narration, so add a D4 to your roll as well. So yeah, you should have had a D4 to everything this whole time.
That's okay.
You felt blessed this whole time, but you're not sure why.
Cool.
You didn't need it.
I'm excited to see where that's going.
So describe to me what you do now that you have the attention of everybody, and the slaves are all like cheering, and Casca's there like, huzzah for Hajar al-Shams.
Yeah. So with orc culture, what do I know is what that's going to happen? Have I just taken control of the whole tribe?
So you haven't taken control of the entire tribe, but you have taken all of his particular stuff.
Okay, including
right? Like
orphan
any
towels?
slaves that were his are now yours. Like this isn't like killing the Lord Marshal of the Necromongers, where you get the entire army. Which was such an awesome way to end that movie. I love that in the moment where the Lord Marshal is trapped between the 2 spots, he's like, either this guy's going to kill me like my lieutenant or Riddick, and he has to like choose, who do I want to take over my army? And he chooses Riddick, and I'm like, yes.
I never picked up on that.
Yeah, it's an interesting little.
Cool.
When I made my alignment chart, I have a deviant art where I just even show it to you, where I just make alignment chart stuff because I like alignment chart stuff.
The alignment charts are fun.
Yeah, I'll just share it in the Discord.
Okay.
And then let me go find the Riddick one that I made.
Oh, you're using some good ones.
I've made a lot of these over time. There it is. This is the Riddick one I made.
There you go.
So while you don't have complete control over the entire clan, if you wanted to make a play for it, now would be the time. It's not going to be just given to you.
So what do you mean by make a play for it?
It's just if you wanted to scream out something like, you now all serve me.
Okay.
I am now I don't know, pick up the axe or something, hold in the air, be like, I am now the chieftain of the Fell clan. Any who would dare challenge me, step forward. It would be unusual for an orc clan to be led by a non-orc.
Yes, it would.
But if you treated it more like you now are my army. What do you ever watch Game of Thrones?
I did, actually.
The scene where Daenerys drops down with her dragon in front of all the in like season 7 or whatever, she burns all the Khals to death and then takes the entire Dothraki horde. And then she gets on top of the dragon and basically says, usually the new Khals accept 3 people to be their blood riders, but I want you all to be my blood riders.
That's right.
dragoi. Ala jigesimai, ma vijazari atinarmai. Bos maanha bos kal. Hanna bobogag sendo dragoi. Hanna ogag ieri. Hanna gabak sanali erua, Haleon. Rei ha palesereomai.
Something,
I remember that.
Something like that. Like you're not making a play to be the chief so much as like, you now all serve me.
Which I like, because then we can send them over to the White Cloaks, get them trained for the upcoming dark times, and have them fight for us. And I want to take possession of Orphan's Howl and rename it Slaver's Bane.
Oh, Slaver's Bane. I love it. Let me change that and give it to you, because I have that on I have that on D&D Beyond. Let me.
Cool.
Here, I'll just share my screen with you really quick so you can. So yeah, I just made a character, but I actually made Orphan's Howl as a weapon. You can see it right here.
1d12, dang.
Yeah,
it is a great axe.
It is. Yeah, he didn't roll super high on that part of it, but this is the wounding thing right down here, right? If it does 10 damage in one attack, the target begins to bleed. And you take 1d6 slashing damage every turn until you receive 6 points of healing in a single instance from a potion or a. Anyway,
is that an actual ability in the game, or did you come up with that on your own?
I made that up.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah, I thought you'd dig it.
Yeah, that's really good.
The cruelty of him as well, right? Like
yes, it does.
Can I edit your character sheet? Can I add something to it?
You should be able to.
Let me. Oh, I know. Homebrew content, yes. So manage inventory. So yeah, I can add it. So let me go edit it to change it to Slaver's Bane, because that's just awesome.
Cool.
And then I'll add it to yours. This is a big enough axe that you cannot wield it with one. You cannot dual wield with this thing.
Absolutely, I understood.
It's awesome.
I might bring it out in thematic moments.
Right.
Yeah.
Slaver's Bane. Awesome. So just tell me really quick what you would say try to the crowd, like.
Okay, so I do want to get the point across that they are now not subservient, but they are now what's the word I'm looking for? Not indebted either. Well, they all now serve me. They are now all basically in my employ, under my direction.
Sure.
The point I want to make. So how do I say that?
How would you say that?
After my healing, I'd pick up my axe again. And I don't have my camera set up, so you can't see me do this, but like basically sweep it out in front of me, right? Like, okay, like I'm pointing to the whole camp, and I will say, well, I was going to say the Fellblade is the time of the Fellblade is gone, but I'm the Fellblade now, right? I'm still Fellblade. Or okay, I am your new Fellblade. Or does that imply that I'm taking that I'm the new chieftain?
How about something like Aestus Fellblade, Aestus the uncontested Fellblade.
There you go.
Right.
Okay. Can I free all the slaves in this moment?
What would you say to do so?
Okay, if it's dependent on phrasing, then let's think this through.
Well, you are going to get what you want.
Okay.
Like this isn't a moment where we. Actually, I'm going to stop recording because I'm going to start writing this stuff down a little bit too for dialogues.
And that's where I stopped the recording, because we had completed the combat, and at that point we were just workshopping the remaining dialogue to go into the narrative. I will add this one additional clip from the very underrated John Carter movie by Andrew Stanton, because it ends up being what we used to have Aestus claim the chieftaincy of the Fell clan. I know in the recording I said that he wasn't going to get to be chieftain, but I took it back. Bryant made his case, and I agreed. Aestus did have to do a little additional work, but the Fell clan accepted him as their new chieftain. Just like what happens to John Carter in this clip from the movie, even if the sequence of events isn't quite the same as what happened in our campaign.
I claim the right of challenge! no right to challenge. You are not Thark. He is Thark. He is Dotar Sojat.
Dotar Sojat! Dotar Sojat! Dotar Sojat! Dotar Sojat!
You applied the metal to mine!
If you want to read the final product of this combat, that's in the description below, including a little bit of the narrative from before and after the duel to explain why he had been blessed and who had cast that spell on him. So that way you can see how we went from this video chat to the final written product for our ongoing campaign. As far as the after action report, there are a few things that I would do differently if I could do it over again. First, I like rolling initiative each round to change it up and make it sort of more of a duel than just standard D&D combat, which isn't really designed for this sort of thing. But there are some Battlemaster maneuvers that don't quite work if initiative order can change round to round. The frightened condition in particular, off of a menacing maneuver, is the most obvious one that I don't feel that I handled quite correctly. Second, perhaps a related comment. I was a little surprised that even though Aestus succeeded on several menacing attacks, I don't feel that Bryant ever really took advantage of the possibility of movement, even though I suggested it to him several times. If you move away from him, he'll get his opportunity attack, but then he won't move closer to you and you can have a chance to taunt him, or whatever. But that never happened. Maybe part of this was because I was mishandling the frightened condition because we were re-rolling initiative every round. Third, once I figured out that Bryant had been using his two-weapon fighting correctly, but it didn't fit the fantasy we were going for with two-weapon fighting, and having looked at the math now, he actually would do less damage overall. I should have just let him start rolling with whatever weapon he wanted for any attack he wanted. But we kept playing it rules as written, and I think it was less fun for him, and since it's not mathematically advantageous for him to play it as he wanted, there was no reason for me to insist he play it straight. He should have been able to use his offhand Warhammer anytime he wanted to, and moving forward, that is a change that we have made in the campaign. And finally, maybe I should have had Ungro acknowledge him as the true Fellblade before he died. I think that would have been satisfying for Bryant, but also less true to the character of Ungro, who I think would rather die than admit any kind of personal defeat. And in the end, that's one thing that Brian agrees on. When I told him I was going to upload an edited version of our session and sent him the script, he had this to say. My only notes are commentaries on your list of things you do differently. I absolutely had fun and wasn't disappointed by anything that happened, except for when my attacks didn't land, lol. Also, I'm glad Ungro didn't acknowledge me as the true Fellblade. He never would have done that, and Aestus didn't need it. Anyway, those are the things I thought I could do better, but you can tell from Brian's comments and from his voice during the video that he enjoyed it and was satisfied with the whole thing. That means I did my job as a DM. When my players have fun, I have fun. So I hope that was useful to folks as an example of one-on-one D&D, as an example also of how to do single combat in D&D. If you would like to see other examples of one-on-one D&D, may I suggest Matt Colville's As Above, So Below, and he has his own after-action report. And of course Matthew Mercer once ran a D&D session with Stephen Colbert himself for charity. Links below as well. And finally, as I was editing this together, I realized that we had inadvertently created at least portions of a scene from Critical Role and their animated The Legend of Vox Machina. We recorded this in September 2022. There are still references in the video to the fires in California going on at the time. And this was long after I had listened to Critical Role's first campaign, and well before Season 2 of The Legend of Vox Machina was released. But still, it's nice to see that what we created on our own resonates with similar moments from their story, where Grog kills Kevdak by slicing him right here, obtains the Titan Stone Knuckles, and becomes the leader of the Herd of Storms while they chant his name. Aestus kills Ungro by slicing him right here, takes possession of Orphan's Howl, renames it Slaver's Bane, and becomes the chieftain of the Fell clan as they similarly chant his name.
Strong!
Lots of resonances there between what we did, the original Critical Role campaign, The Legend of Vox Machina, and even the John Carter clip, or Daenerys from Game of Thrones. It's a classic beat in these kinds of stories, where a character returns, kills the leader of the group that they have been exiled from, and becomes their new leader. And I was happy to partner with my player Bryant to create a moment like this for his character, Aestus Fellblade, now the chieftain of the Fell clan of orcs. Thanks for watching. I don't know how many other videos we will be posting since most of our campaign is through text on our wiki, but there might be others in the future. If you'd like to support us, you can find our Patreon in the description. We release chapters every Monday on RoyalRoad, and if you want to see the behind-the-scenes stuff, like the player's input and dice rolls, as well as my Dungeon Master commentary on each chapter, those are available through our Patreon. I know I said I wasn't sure how much we'd be posting on this YouTube channel, but I'm up to changing that if it turns out people are interested, so if you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and please discuss how you think our D&D duel went in the comments below. I am active on Twitter at SalvationGenoa, commenting on D&D stuff, so that's also a way to get in touch with me if you want to talk D&D, or have any questions about our unique ongoing written D&D real play. Thanks for watching, and in the meantime, I hope you all enjoy your own RPG games, and may enough of your rolls be 20s.